Next, a brand new character for the Amiga, the disposable hero. The name doesn't inspire you with confidence, but here goes. It's the 29th century and your mission is to rid the universe of an alien task force. Good luck, here's Robert.
If you're a fan of fast shoot-'em-ups, you'll probably enjoy this game. But be warned, it's very hard. This is one of the bosses on level 2. Surprisingly, he is not the final guardian. It will take a while to destroy. This game is very hard, and once you get onto the second level, you'll realise that the levels are very similar and repetitive. Bullets and enemies come from all different directions. What I've just collected is money which I can use in shops to buy extra weapons and power-ups. This is yet another boss, but not the final one. I'm just about to collect some money which I can spend in the shop. The shop sells weapons. There are many different weapons which I can choose from, which increase my power and direction of fire. The more money I have, the more weapons I can buy. This isn't the best shoot-'em-up on the Amiga. It's a good blast, but there's nothing really new about it.
It's too hard, for very experienced players only.
I really like this game. It's quite hard, but I think you'll keep coming back to it.
And the scores for Disposable Hero, both the girls and the boys thought it was average. They both gave it a throwaway 3 out of 5.
Hello, Fertilers. I'm just meditating on the meaning of life. I've decided to communicate this next cheat telepathetically, so only those of you completely in tune with the universe will be able to receive it. The rest of you will hear only the sound of one hand clapping. I'm calling fertilers, I'm calling fertilers, I'm calling fertilers. This is a cheat for Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the SNES. When the Street Fighter 2 logo appears against a black background, press down R, up, L, Y and B on controller 2 for 10 stars on Turbo. Wait a minute though, this is a violent game. Uh-oh, sorry Fertlers, the violence of the game has disturbed my concentration.
Advertising is all about selling things and making them look their best, even if it does involve a bit of cheating along the way. The Supermodel series of ads for the launch of the Vauxhall Corsa was one of the most expensive campaigns ever. Linda Evangelista and other top models like Christy Turlington were the stars of the billboards. But they've offered me a chance to be a supermodel too. Watch out, Christy.
Of course, I don't really need makeup, but I don't want all the other supermodels to feel inadequate. Ready when you are, Carolee.
Although they expect to have to do some work on the final photograph of me, the intention is to get the lighting and pose as close to the final version as possible. And you don't necessarily need a car there. Make-believe time. This is the back of a car? Now to find out exactly how super a model they can make me. And so today's task is to make this sketch a reality by putting me in the picture.
So which one are we going to use?
Well, it's up to you really. As the model, you can have final choice.
I like that one, but I prefer my eyes in that one.
Well, we can change that. We can take the eyes from one picture, because it's in the same position, and put it on the other one above. That's not a problem. Right.
But I have my hands in that one, my eyes in that one.
Right.
My hair in that one.
Yes, well, it's not unusual.
Actually, I quite like that one.
It's a nice shot.
Before the photo can be worked on by the computer, it has to be scanned in electronically. On the screen, each picture is made up of tiny dots called pixels. The more pixels, the better the picture. For quality work like this, there needs to be 700 times more detail than there is in a TV picture. For a single image like this, that means over 20 million dots.
Because it looks as if everything in this picture was in the same place at the same time, and they could have done it that way. But by photographing each element separately, it means they have much more control over the final look.
A top model photographer was chosen to light Christy and make her look and feel her best. The car is only used to put her in the correct pose and will later be replaced. The same car, minus Christy, is then relit by a specialist car photographer. See how he's brought out stylish reflections and detail to the car. The third element is the concrete mixer, another cheat. It's a life-size model. made of wood and polystyrene. The concrete in the car is a mixture of real concrete and photographic artwork.
And now for the easy bit. They've just got to put it all together.
On this picture of the model, the photographer has provided the model with foam pads just to save her knees. But we can retouch those out. What I'm going to do is just draw a mask around the line of the leg. Now here we can see a bit of foam pad where her knee has pressed into the foam. So I'm going to have to draw her knee at that point. And I can copy bits of the picture from one place to the other. That's just what I'm doing here. I'm drawing with her actual skin with two brushes at the same time, one picking up and one putting down. Reverse it and just put a bit of the bonnet of the car.
Having removed one pad, Michael does the same with Christie's other leg. He then cuts right round her body, so he can position her onto the original picture of the car.
There she is. Once we've stuck down the girl in the position we're happy with, we'd go back and take just the reflection and put that down on this car separately.
Michael uses an electronic airbrush to restore the original picture underneath, so it looks like it's on the new bonnet. The harder he presses, the more is restored from the best car shot.
So I can make that reflection begin to look like it's on the new bonnet. People tend to think the camera never lies, and that really helps us, because when you see a photograph, you tend to already believe that that has to be real.
So much for Christie, but now here's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to make myself perfect. Well, almost.
We're going to have to reconstruct the arm here where you're leaning on the wall. And you said perhaps you wanted one of your legs to look thinner.
Well, I don't think I'll ever really make it to the billboards, but it was fun while it lasted.
Well, I thought you looked smashing before they flirted with you.
Thank you. If you want to read the data blast, set your video recorder now. Last week's competition was to win the first ever 64-bit console, the Jaguar, and the first ever 64-bit Valid Fruit t-shirt. The question was, what is the name of the fastest land animal? The answer was cheetah, and the lucky winner is Gary Agnew from Newry in County Down. Well done.
Well done, mates. This week's competition prize is a Mega Drive with Aladdin, and the competition question is very simple. In the story, how many wishes did the genie give to Aladdin? Phone your answer in on 0891 700 100. Calls will cost you no more than 25p, but do get permission from whoever pays the bill before you dial. Lines will stay open till midnight on Monday.
Greetings, Scrotty brethren. I've moved to a higher plane of existence. I can now float anywhere at will simply through the power of my mind. This is the last cheat ever, for my body is a temple, and tomorrow I go to Tibet to devote my life to truth, peace and beauty. It's for Chaos Engine on the Amiga. On the two-player game on the password screen, simply type in YSFJR8XGLV27 and you'll be warped to World 4, accompanied by a heavily armed crew. And you can kill, and you can maim, and you can shoot. Uh-oh, this is a violent game. Anybody want to buy a ticket to Tibet?
Ever omnipotent, the Omrude.
Peace and love till next week, Bertlers.
Yes, goodbye. I'm coming back to my place for a bowl of lentils.